Hello, artists. This is the fourth week of our fourth quarter. So we have some exciting things for you to consider this week. I really want you to think about sculpture, hopefully, and try to do something three-dimensional. This is an opportunity for you to be creative, do something different, give it a shot. Even if something doesn't work well, take a picture of it and talk about why it didn't work well. Just have some fun with it and go outside your comfort zone. Remember, when you turn in your work, you should be also turning in something that describes it, shows some reflection, and short paragraph. If you just write, "It was cool," it doesn't really tell me anything. So you need to tell me what you did, and you need to tell me how the experience was and what you think of the final product. All right, options for the week. Number one, this is something cool that I saw on the web, and there's so much you can do with it. It's creating sculpture out of toilet paper or paper towel tubes, something that we all have in our home. You can do so much with them. Think about forming something that's more abstract if you like. So, for instance, here, this is using white cardboard or like a cardstock, but you can take cardboard tubes, you can cut them. I give you some examples here. Cutting, gluing, you can notch them. So if you cut into one tube a little cut, and then you have a different tube and you make a little cut, then you can actually notch them together, which is pretty interesting. You can also soak them in water, which makes them kind of more pliable to play with. So whatever you choose to create, make sure you photograph it and write up a reflection. If you choose the second option, this is some more clay alternatives, like we had the handmade clay from last week. This week, I have some alternatives as well. So you might have around your house some Silly Putty, Sculpey, or Play-Doh. I want you to make sculpture out of that. So try to do something that really challenges you, something that's not just the first thing that comes into your mind, but do something to kind of play with those materials to make something kind of interesting. Another option is if you like Rice Krispie treats, or if you have a good sugar cookie dough, butter cookie dough, anything that you're used to forming, feel free to do something with those where you can create some sculpture and you can try to bake it and see what happens. Take a before and after and see. Food dye is really nice too. You can see over here there's some examples with food dye, which can do some cool stuff. Lastly, if you choose Silly Putty, there's a cool thing that I'm not sure if you know about, but if you do a drawing or if you use newspaper, you can actually take and press the Silly Putty against it and it picks up the drawing. So if you do this, it's just a really cool way to take that drawing or piece from the newspaper and then turn it into sculpture. It just gives you some more texture on the surface. So let's see what you can come up with. Last option, since it's starting to get nice outside for sculpture, is transforming nature. There are two artists here. Nils Udo is a little bit older, from a longer time ago, but Andy Goldsworthy, he's a contemporary artist still living, and he goes out into the world and creates some fantastic art just with things that he finds. He actually doesn't use any glue or string or any adhesive like that. He only uses what he can find in nature, but he makes some really, really incredible things. Like he'll take icicles and he'll glue them together just by melting the tips of them so the water then refreezes, and he'll make giant, giant sculptures. So I put in two links here for you to check out their work. Really, really look into it. And if you choose this one, I want you to get outside, find some sticks that are laying around, find some plants, some things that you can turn into some kind of outdoor sculpture, and photograph. Last one, this is not a sculpture idea, but if you didn't try any of the Zooms last week and you wanted the opportunity to do that, remember I'm asking you to go to one of these sites, find some art that's interesting to you, take some screenshots, and then you're responding and reflecting to those. If you just send me a reflection or you just send me a picture, it's not good enough. You got to show me both so that I can see your thinking. So have a great week, guys. I hope you can get outside, and I can't wait to see your creations.